Hi, I'm Ken Lee. I'm from Innovacorp. I'm here today to talk to you about fundamentals of a great pitch. So we're going to talk on slide 5 of your 10-deck slide of underlying magic. This is the Guy Kawasaki term, which really talks about what is unique about your technology. So in this section is where you kind of get into the semi-gory details of your technology, a little bit more detail than you would have presented in an earlier slide when you talk about what your solution is to the pain or to the problem. In this slide, this is a perfect place for you to talk about what you've developed, what has gone into developing the technology or the service. You could even get into some of the engineering of it, but keeping it at the high level. So there's different degrees of detail. You want to keep it, you always want to keep everything at the high level so that at the next meeting you can get into some of the gory details or the more detailed things about your product. What you really want to focus here is on what is unique or proprietary. So what have you developed? Either a product that's unique, but the uniqueness or the proprietary nature of your service or product doesn't have to be in the product. It could be business models, right? So you've aligned with some players in the industry. You've got exclusive rights or licensing agreements with whoever it might be. So there's other ways to create proprietary position other than in the product alone. I think more and more, so particularly in IT as an example, the actual technology itself, the core of it, is being less and less, we're seeing less and less patentable stuff, but we're seeing more proprietary business models coming out. So you want to make sure that you've got a good articulation of how you're different and how you're proprietary. So not only that you're different, but that you're different in a significant way that answers the so what kind of mentality. So you could be different because you're red where everything is green, but who cares, right? So it's got to be in some significant way that's defendable. So the barrier to entry for competitors is another area that you would talk about under underlying magic, which is what your proprietary position is. So that's basically what is it about your product or service that makes it hard for someone else to duplicate what you've done and come and eat your lunch and take away your market share? Or alternatively, what is it that you have as an advantage over the competitors that they can't easily duplicate that allows you to eat their lunch and take some of their market share? So it's important to describe this as it relates further on in terms of how do you plan to gain market share. It's an important one to consider is what your competitive advantage is, which is really kind of what this underlying magic, the basis of it is talking about where are the significant advantages that you're going to perform heads and shoulders above everyone else. I just want to reemphasize that it's not only product and it's not only the business model, it could also be a way that you've integrated inside a industrial process, as an example. There's many ways to create the proprietary position that you need to just think about what's different, significantly different, and in what ways that a competitor can't duplicate exactly what I'm doing. So when you're describing this, because now you're talking about the technology, how it works, how it might be integrated into some other business system of your customer, the more diagrams you have in this one, the better. Because if you were trying to explain the whole complex thing, who flows, who does what to who, and then this is where I come in, and you try to do that in text, you're going to just lose everyone, right? But if you have a diagram that's simplified, and you can kind of show the relationship, it's really just enough to get people to understand what you're talking about and to get the next meeting to get into more detail. That's all you want. But you want to do that in diagrams, you want to do it in flow charts, anything that kind of helps you as a tool to describe what your technology is and how it fits in as a solution. You might want to refer to different white papers, proof of concepts. I'm talking to you from an early stage perspective. So new technologies, unproven. The user and the investor want some kind of warm, fuzzy feeling that this is not some crazy, wild thing. That there's actually some basis of credibility for this thing. That's where some of these tools come in.